All right, here's the moment we've been waiting for, the Year 2 trailer for Space Marine 2. And finally, we have the Year 2 battle plan laid out before us. And yes, more on that next playable class, the Techmarine, and what's going on with Season Pass number 2. Black Templars are looking sick here. We've got new weapons and a bunch of other cool stuff. But for now, enjoy the full trailer, and then I'll come back, you guys, with all new details.
Greetings, Space Marines. You've slain the enemies of humanity for nearly a year. You've bolstered the ranks of the Imperium by the millions, and you brought us victory time and time again. Now the Emperor calls upon you once again for a new year of Space Marine 2 content. Starting next week with patch 10, all the way to patch 15 next year, here's a taste of the free content we have in store for you. New operations, a new PvP game mode with a playable hell route, 3 PvP arenas, gameplay modifiers, and much more. Like the addition of new enemies and bosses for you to take down, the Chaos Spawn and the Mutalith Vortex Beast. Like several new weapons with which to dispose of them in the Emperor's name: Pyre Blaster, Pyre Cannon, Power Axe, Xenophase Blade, Combi Melter, and others. Brought to you by our next playable class, the Techmarine. And to further enhance your looks, next week will mark the release of our Season Pass 2, which will add 9 new cosmetic DLCs packed with armor pieces, heraldry decals, and weapon skins. Stay tuned to our social media channels and see you all very, very soon.
All right, so I'm absolutely thrilled that, yes, we are getting support in Year 2 for Space Marine 2, and it looks like we're getting a bunch of really cool stuff. And we have a blog post to go over which details what was in this trailer, because a lot of stuff is flying by real quick. We're going to slow it down and go over all the details right now for Year 2. All right, so I say we dive straight into it, so check it out right here. It says, "Greetings, Space Marines. We're excited to reveal our Year 2 plans for Space Marine 2, starting with the release of the anniversary update on September 4th. You're in for another year of free gameplay content, in addition to a new season pass bursting with new cosmetics." Of course, we saw the Year 2 trailer, and we have new game modes, operations, PvP arenas, and much more info. Let's get into this. So, Space Marine 2 Year 2 content follows the footsteps of Year 1 with 6 new planned patches packed with free gameplay additions available to all players throughout 2025 and 2026. Now, from new PvE and PvP game modes to new enemies and new playable class, Defenders of Humanity are in for a treat. So we have 4 new operations and a new siege map, 2 new Eternal War arenas, new stratagems, PvE, and Hellbrew Onslaught PvP game modes. More on the stratagems in just a moment. New playable class, the Techmarine, new weapons and free unlockable weapon variants for existing weapons, and new enemies and bosses, and new progression mechanics. And also, super important to know here, they say new playable class. They don't say classes, so I do hope that we get news about a potential apothecary or something like that, or a rework with the current existing class setup so they can introduce subclasses to make it easier to get into games. So anyway, let's continue on here, because you're probably curious about when this stuff is going to be releasing. So let's talk about it. Of course, we have 2025 to wrap up here with patch 10, which is going to be on September 4th. That is our anniversary patch here. And if I could zoom it in real quick, you can see we get the new PvE mission, new PvP mode, Hellbrew Onslaught, new PvP arena, new PvE mode, stratagems, again, more info in just a moment, new 3 weapons. So we're getting 3 new weapons with the anniversary update. It's actually going to be a big update here. Majora's Enemy Chaos Spawn, and then the Chaos Armor Pack. And we're going to be getting the Black Templars Champion Pack and Imperial Fist Cosmetic Pack as well. So that's going to be really cool. So yeah, some really great things happening around the anniversary update. I'm actually really excited, by the way, that we are getting a new PvE mission. Let's go. You guys know I'm all about that. So it's great to see that that is making it into the anniversary update. That gets me super excited right there. Now, we're going to wrap up 2025 with patch 11. That is going to be seeing another new PvE mission, new mission pickups and stratagems as well, new rewards and battlefield conditions for the stratagems, the modifiers. It's going to be the modifiers as well. And I should mention with patch 11, yes, we are going to be getting the Blood Angels Champion Pack and Salamanders Cosmetic Pack. And I think a lot of you Salamanders will be very happy to have more cosmetic options there. But also moving onward into 2026, what is going on there? First, starting out with patch 12. That's going to be a big one because we're getting the techmarine with that one. So, and we're also getting a new PvE mission. But get this, the techmarine gets a new weapon called the Omnissiah Axe. That's going to be badass. And a battle barge expansion is expected. And then we got stratagems, new battlefield conditions, and yes, the Raven Guard are getting their own champion pack. And we're even getting a Carcharodon cosmetic pack as well. So yeah, that's going to be very, very cool for patch 12, starting us out in 2026. But moving forward through 2026, what do we have next? So we have patch 13 that is also going to be in Q1, and it is going to be a new PvE mission yet again. Dude, they're doubling down on the PvE missions. That's what I'm talking about. New Terminus enemy progression update as well. And then we have Iron Hands Champion, or excuse me, that's going to be a chapter pack. That's super important to know the difference between chapter pack and champion pack, of course. So Iron Hands is going to be getting a lot of cosmetic options with a new chapter pack. Now, we're going to start out with patch 14 for Q2 in 2026. We are expected to get new PvP arenas, 2 to be exact, PvP stratagems, and stratagems new rewards. So this one I will consider to be a little bit more minor unless you're really into PvP. But we're also going to be getting a redacted champion pack that is a mystery, and then the Raptors cosmetic pack on top of that. So what would you guys like to see from the redacted champion pack for patch 14? Now we're going to wrap up Q2 in 2026 with the following right here: new siege maps. So yes, siege mode is getting new content, stratagems, new rewards for Q2, but there's no mention of anything regarding a champion pack or a cosmetic pack, which is, I will admit, a bummer right there. But you got to remember there's Q3 and Q4 that they have not revealed for us in 2026. So that is still a mystery for sure. So we'll see what happens. It seems like the roadmap is ongoing for Space Marine 2 here for year 2, but I will definitely keep you guys in the know what happens next with that one. And here's a more detailed look at those stratagems as promised. These are going to be also known as the modifiers for PvE, but you can see we have campaign and PvP up at the top as well. But we also have this right here, some conditions, battlefield conditions. So for example, we have Summoner. Every uninterrupted call for reinforcements summons the extremis enemy, and then meat for slaughter says the number of Minoris enemies spawned is heavily increased, the number of Majoris enemies spawned is reduced, and then technological revolution ability charge restoration is significantly faster. And then we have point blank here, it says ranged damage at less than 10 meters is increased by 75%. Now we have rewards tied to this as well, so this should mix up the gameplay, but that's only like one example of the modifiers right there. There's more to it, of course. But yeah, let me know what you guys are making of the modifiers so far. And the blog post goes on to give us more specifics about the roadmap. Check it out right here. So September 4th's anniversary update also comes with the release of Space Marine 2's second season pass and its first 2 DLCs, the Black Templars Champion Pack, of course, and Imperial Fist Cosmetic Pack, including a new champion skin for the Bulwark class, it's important to know, and Power Sword skin for the former, and over 40 new cosmetics celebrating 7 of the Imperial Fist successor chapters for the latter. So there's those details right there around the anniversary update. And we got some new shots here as well, some new screenshots showcasing, of course, the Black Templar. That looks so freaking awesome, dude. That looks sick. And then we have some more shots here as well. But this looks badass. Now, it says throughout the year, the Season Pass 2 will grant players 9 new DLCs celebrating the galaxy-spanning variety of Space Marine chapters with new champion skins, armor pieces, and heraldry markings, while existing chapters like the Blood Angels and Salamanders are to receive new cosmetics. Fan favorite chapters like the Raptors, Iron Hands, and Carcharodons will get their due time in the spotlight. And we have another shot right here. This looks freaking awesome. Loving what they're doing here with the future of Space Marine 2, I gotta say, and some more shots here as well. And they say this to wrap it up, September 4th, heed the call for the anniversary update. Remember, it's going to be free, a lot of this stuff, except for the season pass content as well. But you know what? I feel like for me personally, seeing this laid out, seeing what they're doing specifically with new PvE missions, that got me super excited. That seems like a good deal of PvE content starting out even in like 2026. We're going to be getting a bunch of cool stuff. That's 4 new PvE missions very, very soon in kind of like rapid succession to really have a lot in rotation for those that really love PvE, which I think is the majority of us. But let me know what you guys think of the year 2 roadmap. Is there anything missing? Do you think they could have done better, or do you think you're pretty happy with what we're getting? And remember, all this content, the base content, is going to be free except for what's in that season pass. So kudos to, you know, Saber for keeping the core community together by offering the most important stuff for free. But yeah, there it is, the latest happenings around Space Marine 2. I will keep you guys in the know. We should be getting another community update here in the next few hours, so expect a second video going out today. But thank you guys again for love and support and for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.